Inakwana, Ekaro, Ututu Oma, Ututu Oma. A beautiful morning to you all out there. And it's time to get up from your beds for another exciting edition of what it is. What is it? It's your premium.
I just want to ask you a question. If you say Ututu Oma and they respond to you, what will you not say again after that?
Peace, yo. Like, bye, people. I ain't gonna take it further.
Emem is wearing a Kente outfit.
Yes,
I wonder if you know any.
Unfortunately, I really wish I did.
Any Ghanaian greeting.
But I would definitely get back to you on that. You can be rest assured.
Yeah, welcome to the midweek edition of Wake Up Nigeria. We are not putting the brakes on anytime soon. When it comes to the right mix of everything that you need on this show, we've got you covered.
Yes, it is great personalities, check. Fantastic food, check. And it's mind-blowing interviews. You know, we are always spot on.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for joining us today. Every second is definitely going to be worth your while.
Yes, now remember not to let your guards down by following all the health guidelines. My name is Tope Olowoniyan.
And I'm Yomi Owope. Now the show is online right now. TVC Entertainment.tv is the website, and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yes, now we'd also like to hear from you. Send in your comments. If you know what Good Morning in Ghana from Ghana is, you definitely want to tell us on all social media platforms. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
And I'll subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get clips of past interviews with our celebrities and even what we do in the kitchen or Emem's DIYs.
Yes,
yeah, her crazy DIYs. You can get, the short videos of the DIYs on YouTube. And on Friday, something special.
Yes, it's the Wake Up Extra. Now that happens on Instagram Live at 2:30 to 3 p.m. with your favorite celebrities. You definitely don't want to miss that.
All right, so let's go straight to what we've got for you on the show today. As usual, we're going to be starting off with a dose of your daily inspiration.
The reason is just, it's very
something that you
smooth.
I
need.
just want something of the Lord said to me.
Okay.
I think when Tope arrives on Wednesdays, she's like in that.
I mean, just in my Monday mood.
Exactly. So,
do you understand? I'm in my Monday mood on Wednesday. So I came to meet you people halfway.
But it's been a great week so far. And
it's been a great hair so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This hair is
Thank you.
asset, baby girl.
oh yeah, very nice hair.
Yeah,
and your hair isn't bad either.
My dear, thank you. It took a lot of hours.
What's that thing they did on the side that is shiny?
Is that what's happening?
You compliment somebody and end
Exactly.
it.
I leave it
I said,
there.
what's the thing that it's part of the compliment now,
It's
just
part
to
of
say.
the sure
Sure.
that they put on the hair to make it glow. Yes, thank you. You've been attacking me since makeup room.
No, I
Why
wasn't
is my skin yellow? Why is
I said you were yellower than usual, which
Say
is
yellower.
Sounds like your dad.
you were closer to my color
what your
when
dad will say.
you were closer to my
Daddy,
color when we first met.
God do not allow that happen.
Anyways,
All right. Unfortunately, I'll have to digress a little bit on a really, really sad note. Richard Dio Johnson was a friend of the TVC family, and he used to be in charge of Max FM at the time. It was Radio Continental. We recently lost him to not COVID-19.
Yeah.
He recently died of a heart attack, and we're just sending our condolences to the family. And we really pray that God comforts them in this time. It's a really sad one.
It was a really sad one. I met him many years ago, in 2009, on a program, on a TV show. He was a judge, I was a host and the writer. And, so he's sort of been like a mentor since that time. So it's really quite sad. I know he's been a mentor to many people as well, because he trains in broadcasting. Trains in even your dressing, the way you look on the air.
I mean, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so influential. He always played a role in everyone's life, literally.
Oh, wow.
There's no way you wouldn't meet him and you wouldn't feel, he would always make an impact.
Yeah.
He's either talking about, you have to knot your tie properly.
Oh, wow.
When you sit down, you sit down. You have to when you cross your legs is how you have to put.
See me crossing my legs.
I mean, he always left he definitely left an impact even when he left, the TVC family. And even after he left, often we would, he would always check up on me to know how I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really sad on Monday morning when we heard news.
So
I mean,
yeah.
And you know, this goes to tell us, like, I was listening to, on my way to work, I was listening to Reflections with Mark on Max FM, and he was talking about, like, when you're on your deathbed and your potentials are looking at you, those which you didn't use, and then they're looking at you like, why didn't you use me? Now, I'm saying this because now losing people like this, you just wonder why can't we have a bank to store up their memory, to store up their knowledge, so we could go there and use them, which just shows when you're alive, impact as many people as you can impact on. May he so rest in peace.
Yeah, may he so rest in peace.
And I definitely know that he's in a better place.
Of course, he was based in Nigeria and the UK. He used to spend half of his time here and over in the UK, but this time around he was in the UK when this happened. Anyway, we have to take the news now, and the federal government has announced plans to shut down the Third Mainland Bridge for maintenance work from the 24th of July, a closure that might last for 6 months. Federal Controller of Works in Lagos State, Olowoniyan, says the decision was taken after consultations towards developing a traffic management architecture that will be efficient and effective. The 11.8-kilometer bridge, which has gone through a series of rehabilitation works, was last closed for repairs in August 2018 for 3 days of investigative maintenance checks. It is the longest of 3 bridges connecting Lagos mainland to the island. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Senate has passed a bill that prohibits sexual harassment of students in tertiary institutions. The bill passed the 3rd reading after a clause-by-clause consideration of the report from its Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. According to the provisions of the bill, any educator found guilty of committing an offense of sexual harassment is liable on conviction to 14 years imprisonment or a fine of 5 million naira or both. Lawmakers regard the bill as a landmark achievement, as students can now feel safe and protected. Now, domestic flights will commence at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, and the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos today. The Port Harcourt, Owerri, and Maiduguri airports will begin operations on the 11th of July, while flights will resume in other airports across the country on the 15th of July. Already, aircraft are undergoing thorough cleaning from nose to tail and disinfection. The procedure is for passengers, for the safety of passengers. Passengers are advised to follow all safety guidelines and protocols put in place to ensure that the airports do not become channels for the spread of the virus. There was drama at the Ondo State House of Assembly yesterday as lawmakers moved to begin impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor of the state, Agbola Ajayi. While 14 lawmakers signed the impeachment notice, 9 others backed out. They insist that the impeachment process is null and void, as at least 18 out of the 26 members of the House are needed to form a quorum. The deputy governor has been accused of gross misconduct after he defected from the All Progressives Congress to the People's Democratic Party and insisted on remaining in office.
Complete 2/3. Once it is not 2/3, nothing can be doing.
The proceedings in the house.
I think we need to get the record clear. Listing whatever they say. The impeachment has to be complete 19 or 18. If it is not 18, it's not complete.
How many are supporting the?
Thank you very much. How many people support it? If they say 40 is not yet complete, according to the Constitution, the Constitution says 2/3. There is a notice of impeachment. In the notice of impeachment, 14 members have signed, where only 9 are supposed to sign. When they have responded, it cannot be served the notice of impeachment. We only needed 9 members.
We convened after a month's recess today, and we consider to
Follow Nigeria. If it is not 2/3, it's not legal.
Now to some sad news. The Chief of Staff of the Kwara State Governor, Mr. Aminu Adishalogun, is dead due to complications from COVID-19. He died on Tuesday evening, only a few hours after the test of his result returned positive. According to the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Rafiu Ajayi, the entire government and the people of Kwara State have lost an outstanding public servant who diligently served the state at various times, including as Chief of Staff to the Governor from June 7th to 2019 until he returned to his Lord. The Governor has declared a 7-day mourning in Mr. Logun's honor and commiserates with the family and the entire Olowoniyan Emirate for this tragedy. He prayed the Almighty Allah to grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus and give the family the fortitude to bear the huge loss. Details about his burial rites will be announced in due course. Now, the Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro has tested positive for the coronavirus. President Bolsonaro, who was wearing a mask, announced this to a hand-picked group of reporters outside his official residence. The 65-year-old ruler has repeatedly trivialized the pandemic and flouted social distancing, even as Brazil became the second worst hit country after the United States, with more than 65,000 deaths and 1.6 million confirmed cases. The far-right populist was quoted in an address to the nation in March that if infected, he would quickly shake it off. And thanks to his athlete's background, he said. His diagnosis comes just 3 days after he had lunch at the home of the U.S. ambassador to Brazil, Todd Chapman, in the capital, Brasilia. Well, that's it on the news update for this hour. I'm going to hand you over to Tope after this break. Well, thanks so much, Tope. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020, and Emem's got the punch with her.
Yes, I have. Interesting. Headlines in the papers this morning. Allegations of corruption. Police comb Mago's house after suspension. Returned to custody. Allegations against EFCC boss too weighty to be ignored, says official. NBA backs probe, says anti-graft agency's chair not above the law. Down here we have 774,000 jobs. Kiyamo adamant as Ngige apologizes to senators. Ogun, traditional worshippers, Islamic leaders clash over suicide victims' corpse. And you can find that on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Impeachments. Ondo deputy governor sues assembly. House serves notice. And here we have Kwara Governor, Chief of Staff dies. Buhari Abdul Razak mourn. Medical Guild faults Lagos for sacking 30 health workers. And that's on page 37 of the paper. Lightning strikes 7 cows dead in Oshun. And above here we have Ghana reopens 600 Nigerian shops after 6 months. Continued closure of churches no longer justifiable, says Khan. WAEC releases guidelines for 2020 WASC. And reps summon NNPC, NLNG over alleged $1.05 billion withdrawal. And that's on page 17 of the Punch newspaper.
And we've got the Vanguard here. With the headline, Magu spends second day under interrogation. Wow. Magu's private residence at Karu searched and grilled till 8:30 p.m. yesterday. Any EFCC chair must be above suspicion, says presidency. Wow. And up here, rehab. Why we must shut Third Mainland Bridge now, say both the federal government and the Lagos state government. Nigeria's oil production under pressure as rig count drops 50%. Over here, tension as Ondo Assembly serves Deputy Governor impeachment notice. And I'm just going to wrap this up with the Edo Guba PDP National Campaign Committee holding up the PDP flag there, I think, at the official rollout of their programs for the election. That's it on the Vanguard.
And on the cover of the This Day newspaper this morning, Mago's travel persists as presidential investigation enters fourth week. Panel recommends his suspension. Security agents search residence, detain him at FCID. Presidency says EFCC boss not above probe. Also here we have your dollar will fail in Edo. Wike tells Ganduje. Izeyamo will win. Kano governor insists. And up here we have UBA appoints deputy managing directors for Nigeria, Africa. Okeke, executive director, retires August 1. And here's a photo story of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo SAN during the virtual meeting of the Economic Sustainability Committee in Abuja yesterday, and they're ruminating on the economy.
Let's look at one last paper here. Nigerian Tribune. Mago's probe creates uncertainty in EFCC. Presidential probe panel sitting enters day 2, and presidency mum on his reported suspension. No face mask, no exam, WAEC says. And the Ondo Assembly serves Deputy Governor impeachment notice. 9 lawmakers say no. Senate wants Ibadan Airport named after Ajimobi. Over here, reps to probe NNPC over $1.05 billion illegal withdrawal from NLNG account. And finally, 744,000 jobs. Keyamo again disagrees with Senate as Ngige apologizes. That's it on the Nigerian Tribune.
Welcome back. Now, the rains are here, and you have to be extremely careful with how you manage your movement. That's another reason why we are here, to ensure that you get to your intended destination on time, safe, and sound. This morning, we'll be starting our journey from Ojodu Bega all the way to CMS Central Park. Now, this should take you approximately 32 minutes if you're heading out now or within the next 5 minutes, which I think is really not bad. So we're starting from Isheri Road, and from Isheri all the way to connecting through the roundabout to the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is free-flowing at this moment, and all the way through the BRT bus stop, all the way free-flowing. We have free-flowing through the LCCI Exhibition Center, all through the Honeyland College, CMD Road is free-flowing now. Through Total Filling Station, all through this route I'm seeing is free-flowing. Now, the only place you would experience slight traffic is when you get to around the 7-up axis, which of course is expected because of the pickups and drop-offs that happen around that axis. Now, right after that is free-flowing, thankfully, but once you get to around Alakwere axis, that's Alakwere Ogudu, Oworoshoki, connecting to Third Mainland, that axis, there is traffic. Not sure what's causing it. If you're at that axis, you might want to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and please share with us information for the benefits of other travelers on the road this morning. Now, once you climb Third Mainland is free at this moment. Now, all the way through Third Mainland, all the way through the Unilag axis is free. But once you're beginning to come down from Third Mainland, the traffic picks up. Not sure what's causing it, but we hope that you road users would be kind enough to use the hashtag. Once you're out of the road, please don't text and drive. Now, once you get to the Lagos Island axis, that's the Adeniji axis, the traffic picks up. Really not sure what's causing it, because I was hoping today would be a good day. But once you get to Marina, it eases up a bit, and from that area, I'm sure you can find your routes. I'm going to check other routes, but I'm hoping that Yomi and Emem have some updates from the internet for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, so this is at Lagos Traffic Reports this morning, and at Omoba Igeleke. This came in at 6:26 a.m. this morning. He is calling on Lagos State government to come to the aid of the Badagry people. Between Odofa and Morogbo this morning is blocked. Can you imagine? And this came in at 6:03 a.m. this morning at Mr. Leonard. And he's saying that there is a fire outbreak around the Abuloshun area of Badagry Expressway, and he's calling on the Lasema to come to their rescue. And that's it on Lagos traffic.
I've got a few updates here, just quickly, Tope, before I hand it over to you. Agege axis, there's lots of traffic there this morning. I'm not sure what's happening, but Iju Road is quite busy. A few people mentioning that this morning, and also the other axis heading towards Agege, and also from the Opik area coming into Lagos this morning. It looks like there's a bit of traffic there as well, as one or two people are reporting on that online right now. Yeah.
And a quick one, there is a driving tip here at Gidi Traffic. And when your tires get stuck in the mud, one way to get it out is to let a little air out of the tires. A slightly flat tire will allow more surface area to come in contact with the ground, providing that extra amount of traction you need to get unstuck. I mean, I feel like this tip is very, very needed right now because, I mean, it's the rainy season and everywhere is muddy. And then there's a lot of road construction ongoing as well. So there are a lot of diversions and
stuff. All right, so we're handing it over back to Tope, who's...
Thank you so much, Yomi and Emem. Okay, so that's it on traffic updates for today. We wish you a safe and sound journey as you fly around the roads. I'll be joining them for Coffee Gist.
Yes. What's trending? Okay, well, a couple of things are trending. But I'm not going to mention them.
You don't? Why?
Simply Tasha is trending. I don't know why she's trending. But okay, there was something I caught up on Twitter yesterday. And you know how people have been going on social media to, ask for help.
Yeah.
And there are also people who have been, soliciting for help on other people's behalf. Yeah. And it turns out that there's this lady who needed 100,000 naira for her baby's hospital bills. Yeah. And they were able to raise 6 million naira.
Oh, wow.
Yes, for her. So the Good Samaritan who helped raise this money gave all the monies to her, regardless of, how much she needed.
Yeah.
And then somebody else needed help. There was, she was supposed to undergo a surgery. And then they reached out to this woman saying, "Ma'am, we gave you 6 million.
Come and help me with some."
Help us.
A little bit, yeah.
Exactly. Give us a little bit for this woman so that she can do her surgery. And Roma said, no. She has already bought land. She has bought car with the money.
No, she really said she has bought land and car.
I promise you.
She needed 100,000 naira. She got 6 billion from crowdsourcing, and she bought a land and a house.
I'm about to ask a ridiculous question. Is she a Nigerian?
Yes.
Of course she's a Nigerian.
Of course she's a Nigerian.
I'm trying not to believe.
and they're perturbed, and they're saying, I mean, how do you spend 6 million naira in a month?
Yeah, obviously.
Like all of this happened within a month. Like, come on. I mean,
it's not surprising.
So typically, there are a number of things that are wrong with this story. And when you do crowdfunding internationally, what happens is there's a specific amount that people are trying to raise. So they will say, justice for someone. Yeah. Let's raise $100,000. Now, typically, when you hit the target, you announce that you've hit the target.
Yes.
So that people will stop sending money. So you announce it officially that, thank you so much. You guys have given so much. We just hit the target. I know people are still giving. So
sorry.
You say I know people are still giving. I know people are still giving and all of that. And then maybe at the end of the day, once you announce, what will then happen is that people are still giving, and then it then ends up maybe at 150,000 or 200,000, but you still give all of it to the person, to the beneficiary. Now, when it's over and above, even according to the rules, once it's over and above like 500,000 or $1 million, you cap it at a certain amount, and then it's an automatic process. It's paid back to the people that sent. To the people that sent. So, but that's on GoFundMe.
Not Nigerian.
No, on GoFundMe, you can do that. But what we do here in Nigeria is that we put out account numbers, which we should stop. Because even that, can be subject to fraud.
Yes.
You know, somebody will just change 1 or 2 numbers there, and it becomes his own personal account number and all of that. So I think we should stop putting out personal account numbers of individuals that require help.
I know of a GoFundMe here in Nigeria recently. The monies were put together to send her to Harvard.
Okay.
She got admission into Harvard, and she couldn't afford it, and then it puts monies together for her to go to Harvard. Anyways, I mean, you haven't said anything.
So what I was going to say is, you said that how can she spend that much money in 1 month? Now I can't remember who I had this conversation with, but we're talking about how when fame happens to you and you didn't go through the process. Now, just like when money falls on you and you've not hustled, or you never thought that kind of money will come and you don't have a plan, that's when you hear that somebody will spend 6 million in a month. It's because she was not prepared for it. The money just came. And the next thing, it might sound like a wise investment, but guess what? She probably has less than 10K in her account.
Yeah, we get that. But even people are saying that, but I mean, this money was, the reason you got this money was because of your baby.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have even at least tried to invest the monies, for your baby's education, or put in like a trust fund or something for the child. But then again,
and these are the things that stop Nigerians from wanting to help.
Do you understand?
So you want to use my money and buy a car?
Yeah.
No.
And land.
And land. Me that have not bought land.
Me that have not bought land.
You're buying land.
Exactly. You get.
The way the average Nigerian would think. And
so people were really calling this lady out on Twitter and saying that, she was being selfish.
I actually wouldn't blame the lady. I would blame the flawed process. The process is flawed.
Yeah.
Let's stop putting out account numbers.
Way.
If I'm trying to raise money to help someone, I shouldn't put out the person's account number in so that it looks like I'm being transparent.
Yeah.
No, the money should be paid in an account. Once you hit the target, you give the person the target, announce that, so people stop.
I think
otherwise,
makes a lot of sense.
I think this conversation should continue on our social media platform.
Yes.
Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
Good morning.
Let's have fun again.
Yes, let's have fun again. It's the second hour, and we remain your flight captains as we continue this exciting journey with you on board.
Yeah, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and we are glad that you've decided to join us for it. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, now as much as you might not want to hear it, I'm here to tell you that the coronavirus pandemic is still very real. Now, as things continue to improve and people begin to move in different parts of the country and the world, please let's remember to follow all the health guidelines in the fight against this deadly virus. My name is Tope Olowoniyan.
And I'm Yomi Owope. The show is online right now, tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yes, now we also have this super cool app for all you cool kids and cool guys and cool girls, available for download both on Android and iOS stores. It's free, so you have no excuse, because it allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world as long as you have internet.
Yeah, we're also on YouTube, guys, and you can watch past editions of this show, like the whole show, 3 hours, and also short episodes or short interviews as well.
Your favorite interviews, yes. You can go and binge watch on everything. You know how you binge watch your favorite shows? Binge watch Wake Up Nigeria. And we have Emem in the kitchen, and she's got this amazing hair I've been drooling on. And okay, yes, so much. Say hello to us now.
Okay, guys, just in case you don't find it, you already know who took it. All right, so Indomie. My Indomie noodles. They are back with us this morning. And guess what, guys? They are taking us to China with their recipe this morning. I mean, these guys ain't smiling. Hello, Anna. Welcome back.
Thank you.
There's that joke about the lady from China. I'll tell you guys later. Okay.
Now before we move on, I would like to quickly remind you that our Instagram Live Wake Up Extra happens on Fridays, 2:30 to 3 p.m. with your favorite celebrities. You get to have a closer relationship with them, ask them questions, and get to find out things about them that happens outside work.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
Now let's go straight to this morning's highlights. Wednesdays are for life hacks. Emem, you saw her earlier on, she's in the building, and she's going to be teaching us a thing or two.
Olabisi Folarin, who is a professional counselor with over 2 decades of experience, she will be talking to us about the deep questions to ask in your relationship. taking me deeper.
You're in the spirits. On nutrition, Tolani Fashion, a nutritional enthusiast, is going to be joining us this morning. Talk about the COVID-19 nutrition crisis, what to expect, and how to protect ourselves. I'm seeing garlic, broccoli, beef there. And other things, yeah. Beef to beef up your immunity.
Yes, now, on our 180 seconds travel around the world, we'll be visiting the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Now, it remains one of the most beautiful places on earth. I mean, I was there like 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to show you all what I experienced.
You were there during lockdown. Now, Onome Onokomo, better known by stage name as Young Six. This guy is a hip-hop recording artist who has truly stayed consistent in the rap game, and is going to be joining us virtually shortly.
Never stop and keep it popping, keep the glasses on, feel it up, yeah. People talking, everybody talking, cause they got opinions, yeah. But the difference between you, the rich and the poor, is everybody's decision.
Yeah.
Now, I think I want to officially find all musicians. I want them to send me an email of their names.
Why?
Because when you first said Onome, I'm just like,
Yeah,
who's
I'm
that?
just wondering.
I'm like, hell!
It's only on this show that you get to know
Their
Their real names.
But on other shows, you just say, oh, Young Six is joining
Young Six,
us.
exactly.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because, I mean, I meet a lot of upcoming artists. I mean, I get a few of them who DM me, and I see names like Flash, Seven, Anchor.
Wow.
I'm
So
like,
I'm sure his name will be, he's probably the 6th born in his family,
Yeah.
and he was young. So
Very
he decided
true.
to give himself Young Six.
Young Six.
Don't leave me, don't leave me.
Oh, boy.
but I'm like, I think that as an intending or celebrity,
Yeah.
I feel that it's important for you to go for names that would stand the test of time. People
Yeah.
would always identify. I mean, name is your identity.
But I like Young Six, though. It's very
No,
cool.
I don't
very
have
hip.
a
It's fine.
Young
It's
Six
what
is
you
fine.
say,
A Flash,
okay.
Anchor. I'm like,
Flash me light.
You know, but you know that there are many artists who don't like people to even use their real names.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't
so...
know why. Like you'll be Yomzi.
No.
Stormzy.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
Yomzi the
already.
Stormzy.
Yomzi the Yum. The Yum and the sprinkles.
I need a gold chain, I need a gold tooth, and some rings.
Is that all?
You know, I take this tie off.
Doesn't you want tattoo?
You know, like a half tattoo on my face.
No, somebody has that already.
It's time for the news.
Do your lip.
It's time for the news. These ladies are making fun of me. Anyway, the NCDC reported 503 new cases of COVID-19 from 20 states overnight, taking the country's total to 29,879. Among the 5 states with most new cases, Lagos recorded the highest number with 153 new infections, followed by Ondo with 76, Edo 54, FCT 41, and Enugu 37, while Kebbi, Nasarawa, Bayelsa, and Gombe recorded the least infections. So far, 12,108 people have been discharged, while 669 people have died from COVID-19 related complications. Now, the federal government has announced plans to shut down the Third Mainland Bridge for maintenance work from the 24th of July, a closure that might last for 6 months. Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukayode Kpokwola, says the decision was taken after consultations towards developing a traffic management architecture that will be efficient and effective. The 11.8-kilometer bridge, which has gone through a series of rehabilitation works, was last closed for repairs in August 2018 for 3 days of investigative maintenance checks. It is the longest bridge of 3 bridges connecting Lagos Island to the mainland. Domestic flights will commence at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, and the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos today. The Port Harcourt, Owerri, and Maiduguri airports will begin operations on the 11th of July, while flights will resume in other airports across the country on July 15th. Already, aircraft are undergoing thorough cleaning from nose to tail and disinfecting. The procedure is for passengers' safety. Passengers are advised to follow all safety guidelines and protocols put in place to ensure that the airports do not become channels for the spread of the coronavirus. And there was mild drama in the Ondo State House of Assembly yesterday as lawmakers moved to begin impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor of the state, Bola Ajayi. While 14 lawmakers signed the impeachment notice, 9 others backed out. They insist that the impeachment process is null and void, as at least 18 of the 26 members of the House are needed to form a quorum. The deputy governor has been accused of gross misconduct after he defected from the All Progressives Congress to the People's Democratic Party, but insisted on remaining in office. The Trump administration has notified Congress and the United Nations that the United States is formally withdrawing from the World Health Organization. This move comes amid a rising number of coronavirus cases throughout the Americas in last week alone. Despite alleging that the World Health Organization enabled the Chinese government's sweeping cover-up of the coronavirus pandemic's origins, members of the GOP China Task Force urged Donald Trump last month to reconsider his decision to terminate relations with the international body, arguing that the U.S. can do more to effect change as a member. Some have warned that withdrawal in the current environment could also interfere with clinical trials essential for developing vaccines, as well as efforts to trace the spread of the virus globally. There are at least 2.9 million cases of the coronavirus in the U.S., and at least 130,506 people have died from the virus in the country. Well, that's it on the news update for this hour. Back, it's a second look at the newspaper headlines this Wednesday, July 8th, 2020.
And we are starting with the Punch newspaper. And on the cover of the Punch this morning, allegations of corruption. Police comb Magu's house after suspension, return to custody. And that's on page 2. Allegations against EFCC boss, too weighty to be ignored, says official. NBA backs probe, says anti-graft agencies cheer, not above the law. And at the top here, Ghana reopens 600 Nigerians shop after 6 months. Continued closure of churches no longer justifiable, says CAN. WAEC releases guidelines for 2020 WASC, and that's on page 8. Reps summon NNPC, NNLG, over alleged $1.05 billion withdrawal. And below here we have, at the bottom here of the paper, we have Kwara Governor Chief of Staff dies. Buhari Abdul Razak mourn. Medical Guild faults Lagos for sacking 30 health workers. Lightning strikes 7 cows dead in Osun. And here we have 774,000 jobs. Keyamo adamant as Ngige apologizes to senators. Ogun traditional worshippers, Islamic leaders clash over suicide victims' corpse. And finally, impeachment. Ondo deputy governor sues assembly. House serves notice. And that's all on the cover of the paper of the Punch.
All right, we've got The Nation here with the headline, Detectives search Magu's house as probe continues. EFCC chair returns to custody after second day of grilling. And 3 shortlisted for the job. APC lashes Ondo deputy governor as House begins impeachment process. Naira to exchange at 381 to $1. And currency down by 5.54%. Chike Obi leads lobby for AFDB's additional. And finally, on the cover of The Nation, UBA appoints Liadi Alauba, DMDs. That's it on The Nation.
And on The Guardian newspaper this morning, 5 airlines restarts flights amid strict protocol. And at the top here, Ondo Assembly begins Deputy Governor's impeachment process. 9 members kick. Crisis in Imo State Assembly over plots to sack Speaker. Keyamo kicks as Ngige apologizes to National Assembly over 774,000 jobs. My father impregnated me twice, CAC pastor's daughter tells police, and that's on page 8. And below here we have EFCC boss, Magu suspended, and that's it on the cover of the Guardian paper.
All right, we've got the Daily Sun here. Magu's trouble increases. Mohammed may step in. Fireworks in Senate over sexual harassment. 2023, Southeast PDP rejects zoning presidential ticket to North. NCAA suspends 8 airlines. CAN demands reopening of churches in Lagos, Ogun, others. And finally, on the cover of the Daily Sun, Ondo Assembly splits over plot to impeach deputy governor.
And on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune, Magu's probe creates uncertainty in EFCC. No face mask, no exam, says WAEC. 1.55 million candidates to seat exam. Ondo Assembly serves Deputy Governor impeachment notice. 9 lawmakers say no. Senate wants Ibadan Airport renamed after Ajimobi. Reps to probe NNPC over $1.05 billion illegal withdrawal from NLNG accounts. To probe Labour Minister over suspension of NSITF management. And at the top here, U.S. begins formal withdrawal from WHO. Enough is enough. Reopen all churches now, CAN tells state governors. Senate passes sexual harassment bill, and that's on page 2. And finally, 774,000 jobs. Keyamo again disagrees with Senate as Ngige apologizes.
All right, we've got this day here. Magu's travail persists as presidential investigation enters 4th week. And panel recommends his suspension, and security agents search residence, detain him as FCID. And presidency says EFCC boss not above probe. Your dollar will fail in Edo, Wike tells Ganduje. Ize Iyamo will win, Kano governor insists. UBA appoints deputy managing directors for Nigeria, Africa. Okeke, executive director, retires August 1st. And with 381 naira to $1, exchange rate adjustment, federal government states get more cash. And Ondo Assembly begins removal of deputy governor. And finally, on the cover of this day, we've got a photo story with Vice President Yomi Owope during the virtual meeting of the Economic Sustainability Committee in Abuja. This was yesterday.
And that's it on the headlines this morning. Have you been exercising, Yomi?
Yes, I have. I've been trying to. You know, gyms are closed.
Yes.
And I hope they'll still accept me coming back because I paid for the month. So,
anyways, if you've not been exercising, watch this.
Now, do you know that you, our darling viewers, stand a chance to win fantastic prizes? When I say fantastic, I mean super fantastic, because I've been trying to win this prize and I've not won, but it's fine. You stand to win fantastic prizes from Indomie Cafe. We have Chef Hannah and Chef Michael. Now, the coupons are cartons of Indomie noodles and much more. All you need to do is log on to Indomie Cafe page on Instagram, follow, like the page, get ready to answer questions from the page. But guess what? If you're not following TVC, you're not going to win. So you have to follow TVC's page, that's TVC Connect, follow Indomie Cafe, like their post, and get ready to answer the questions. Follow all that we're doing today because you just might get your answer here. All right, so what are we making today?
Okay, today we'll be making Szechuan.
Huh?
Szechuan. That sounds like a Chinese name.
Like Szechuan.
Okay, today we're making Szechuan. Last week we made Tropicana.
Yes.
Indomie bread and coconut sauce. So today we're making Szechuan Indomie in hot spicy mix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has a lot of pepper, like for my Yoruba colleagues.
Okay. You know that it's hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy.
Okay.
And it's very nice.
But we're making it with chicken as well.
Yes, as a side.
As a side. Okay, so let's go through our ingredients for today. Okay. We have carrots,
sweet corn, green pepper,
cucumber.
Our signature chili sauce, as usual.
Will you tell us what's inside?
No, don't worry. That's like a little secret that we just got
So
to
I'm not
prepare.
good friends to the level that you tell me.
Don't worry.
Okay, and then what do we have here?
Yeah, this is the sauce. This is the Szechuan spicy mix sauce.
Oh, okay.
In here we have our red bell pepper.
Okay.
There's onions. There's chunks of chicken in it.
Oh, okay.
What makes this sauce special? It's this already has protein in it.
Okay.
So you don't have, sometimes actually you don't need to get extra chicken in it. But you can get extra chicken to have it more. In it,
So for example, we're ordering from the Indomie Cafe.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get, if we want the Szechuan, we get this and we get it with the chicken, with this sauce.
Yeah, this sauce already has chicken in it.
So if you don't want chicken as a side, I like Szechuan. I like Szechuan.
And it's very nice.
Of course, it will definitely be nice. So remember that you can definitely order online because now we are fighting against the deadly coronavirus. And to stay safe, they have maintained all the necessary health guidelines. And you can just have your Szechuan, your Africana, your Tropicana. See, can you see how I'm saying this? Ambassador! You will win. If you don't win, they'll win. So your Tropicana, your Szechuan, you can have as many varieties as you want for yourself. We have the big packs and the small packs. I want to say this is the kiddies pack. For some adults who can eat that one. So this will take approximately how long to cook?
Just at most 5 minutes.
Okay, so this chicken, was it boiled or it was just marinated?
Pre-cooked.
Okay, pre-cooked.
Yes, so just fry to make the thing well cooked.
Okay.
And to just take less than 5 minutes.
5 minutes
to
to
get
make.
ready
Okay,
with
so
the noodles.
for example now, for variety, people who are at home, people like us that have Indomie in our house, I want to make Szechuan, but we cannot. So we can use everything else here. Is it possible to use chicken breast?
Yes.
And what we have is chicken breast.
Oh,
sure.
Oh, that's what's inside here.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. So what's next? Because I can see our water is boiling.
We'll start boiling noodles, which takes 3 minutes.
The fastest food to cook in the world. Why do we have cucumber slices though? Are you going to cook it or is for plating?
No, just for plating.
I just want to know. Before the people watching will see cucumber, I think they'll boil cucumber.
No, we're not boiling.
We're not boiling it. Okay, for garnishing. Okay. Oops. All right. Let me quickly. You can see how that chicken looks so juicy. Hey, if you want to win this chicken, if you want to win Szechuan, all you got to do is follow Indomie Cafe. Follow Indomie Cafe, oh. It's not me that will eat all this Szechuan. Your favorite Indomie, but coming with an extra something. You see, that's the good thing about all that is going on. You have to find a way to evolve. And Indomie is evolving with Indomie Cafe. Now, remember that they have stores at Lekki, Surulere. Yes, Silverbird. That's VI.
Yeah, VI.
Right? And Surulere. Now, if you live around Phase 1, Jakonde, Aja, good thing is they deliver. So you just have to place an order, stay in the comfort of your home, and in 30 minutes or less, you get your food. I don't know what could be more exciting than that. Okay, our chicken is ready. I just want to let you all know that Yomi and Emem are vegetarians. They don't eat chicken. Okay. So
eat the chicken.
It's for me.
Okay.
So you just tell them like, oh, this Tope's chicken. You guys can eat the noodles alone. Because me, I'm winning coupon today.
No problem.
All right. Moving on, I've set all that in motion. So what are we doing next?
Okay, we're just going to stir fry our vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this sauce that you made with the chicken chunks, did you cook it in any form? Because I remember you said this pepper inside.
This already it's cooked.
Yeah.
We have our central kitchen where we make all this cooking.
Okay.
Properly observing all the necessary guidelines. Safely.
Okay. You know what? We're going to continue with that, but Emem is going to be taking us with life hacks. You guys, you know how she always gives us the necessary tips on how to make life easier. So Emem, take us away.
Thank you very much, Tope. So I'll be letting you, I've been, inviting you into my life hack segment this morning because today's life hacks is about skincare. So you don't have to spend an arm and a leg, on expensive skin cosmetics when you have items or stuff at home that you can use in getting rid of blemishes, if you have skin irritations. Anyway, let's just get right to it. First of all, what do you do when you have dark circles around your eyes? I know. Some people say you could use a cucumber. Yes, a cucumber works. But do you know what could work overnight to get rid of those dark circles? Very easy. All you just need to do is take a metal spoon or a stainless spoon. You put it in the freezer overnight. Make sure it is freezing cold. Then place it around the dark circles around your eye gently. You just keep, massaging it gently around your eyes to get rid of those dark circles. And before you know it, your dark circles are gone. Nothing to worry about. So you're not, going to the, supermarket or to a skincare dermatologist to get some things for your dark eyes. All right, so something else that works to get rid of blackheads and blemishes. Have you ever had dark heads or blemishes before, Tope? I mean, which girl has not had that? Right. All right, so how to easily get rid of blackheads overnight? What you do is you get a toothpaste, which I have here, and baking soda. So what you do is you mix it together in a little cup like I have here. So I'm just going to show you how to mix it up quickly here. So you get your toothpaste, just a little. And then the active ingredients here is the toothpaste. And then you take a little bit of your baking soda and you mix it up. So the baking soda here basically acts like a scrub because it's quite rough. And then you just place it on the area where you have your black head. So you keep, massaging it thoroughly into the skin, and then you leave it for 15 minutes, and then you wash off with warm water. And before you know it, blackhead gone. And that way it's easier to, just, pop out. You may not even have to pop out. Sometimes it just comes off itself. I know some of us get, tired of using shaving stick to have to, shave off growing hair from your skin. What works easily, though very painful, but it's very easy, and most of all, it leaves your skin looking beautiful, smooth, and radiant, is using citric juice. Citric juice, of course, you can get it from lemon or oranges. So what you do is you squeeze a little bit of citric juice, that's juice from your orange, into a bowl. Add a little bit of sugar. You mix up. And then you cook for a few minutes till it turns brown. It turns brownish, liquid brownish, and then you place it on your skin. And then you leave for a little while and just wipe off. Yes, just like waxing your skin. You don't have to go to the spa to do that when you can do that for yourself. It's very easy, and please make sure that while trying this at home, there are no kids around, because after you're done boiling, your sugar and your juice taking off the heat, it can be really hot. So please ensure that you have no kids around while doing this. All right, so another hack I'll be teaching you this morning is, I know there are times where you've worn your heels for so long and at some point they leave a crease below at the back of your elbow. Yeah, what you could do to get rid of that is you take your powder and then you just put it on the heel of your shoe. So you place the powder there and then you just rub it on the shoe. So that way, it actually gets rid of, you know, that friction where your skin is stuck on the heel of your shoe. So it actually gets rid of that friction, and then you don't have to deal with you don't have to deal with injuries, you know, on your legs or on your feet at the end of the day. Also, quickly, another trick that works with powder is if you're trying to, you know, put on a tight jean, all you could do is just rub your powder on your palm, use it on your skin. It actually helps to get your jeans on without difficulty. And that's it on Life Hacks for today. And there's still so much more on the show. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Olabisi Folari is a professional counselor with many years of experience. She's also a certified relationship and marriage counselor, and she is the founder and head faculty at Threefold Chord Marriage Academy. Today, she's going to be talking to us about deeply personal questions to ask your partner before your relationship goes to the next level. So if you're engaged, before you get married, what are the questions that you should ask? And you're joining us this morning. Olabisi Folari, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so there's a number of things that we're looking at this morning. We're going to be going over quite a number of questions to ask. So we'll try and do it very quickly. Hope we can go over all the questions. Now, we're talking to couples who probably are engaged and are looking to get married, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. What's the first question that we're looking at this morning?
Okay, before I go into the questions, I just want to say I'm not going to say these questions in any particular order of importance.
Right.
Okay, it's not like this is the most important, this is the next, okay? Then like you said, I'm talking about those who have agreed to get married, engaged. Engagement is an agreement to get married. And then I want us to also know that these questions are ongoing conversations. The things you slot into conversation is not a sit down and I start questioning you this, no.
Right.
You just find a way around your conversations as things go along. So one of those questions are what was growing up like for you? You know, we're all a product of how we were raised, our birth order, our family of origin, the value system that we were raised up in our family. It's important that you have that discussion with your proposed significant other.
Right.
They also let you in on this. What that helps you do is, you know, to come up with, okay, this was how I grew up. I probably didn't like it. This is how you grew up. So how do we want to raise our own family? What's going to be our family vision? Coming from where you're coming from, how do we now want to raise us? So that's one of the questions you guys want to ask. What was growing up like for both of you?
Okay, so
you can actually, from those experiences, bring up what you want your own family to look like.
Yeah, so based on this first question
will be,
can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so based on this first question, will there be red flags? Will there be red flags from the response? From the responses based on this first question?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Not in all of them. Some of them is just for your information so that you know how to relate with them better. And some will actually trigger red flags for you to say, wow, am I sure I want to do this or not?
Right.
Like the next one, I'm going to talk about health pro. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. The next one I'm going to talk about is health profile, and that's so important. What do I mean by health profile? Are there issues of impotency? You want to know the genotype? Are you SS? Are you, all of that? Heart conditions? Probably you have a perforated womb and you've been told by the doctor you might not be able to get pregnant so easily. All those are difficult conversations, but they need to be had.
Yeah.
And then I was saying it's not a rigid sit down, on a particular day, oh yeah, this one answer. No, they are ongoing conversations. You have to look for a way to slot it into your conversations, especially if you're curious about them. You deserve, or you reserve the right to know.
Right.
Okay,
so health,
keeps getting ill.
Yeah.
You just slot it in. You're always having this malaria and typhoid. You know, we believe in Nigeria that if you're having that, you're probably AA. Those are opportunities to ask those kind of questions. Are you sure you're AA? What's your genotype?
Right.
Look for opportunities to ask questions, not in a rigid, formal way. So health profile is something you want to check out too.
So health profile, and then bring it up in a gradual way. You bring up the health profile in a gradual way, not too aggressive, so the person doesn't feel like you're attacking them, right?
Yeah, it's not like it's a formal sit down, I have questions to ask you. No.
Right.
I mean, I call them ongoing conversations. You guys hang out, opportunities will present itself for you to slot in questions, or just find out directly.
All right.
Another thing you want to look at is the person's money mindset. Now, so that kind of a question is not you're going to say, okay, so what do you think about money? No. You're listening to the news, you're hanging out, there's something like that. So what do you think about this kind of things? Do you believe in personal account, joint account, project account? You know, I mean, an engagement is an agreement to get married. That is the dictionary definition. So you guys are looking at marriage. So what do you think? Do you think we should have joint account, or everybody should have their separate accounts, and then we have a project account? Those are important conversations. You don't want to wait till you get married and you find out that the other person is not down with you holding on to your own money, any part of it. They just want you to bring both of you join. You need to have those conversations. Important, or else it will cause rancor when you get married.
So are there
another thing
for this particular question that you want to ask?
Sounds funny.
Can you hear me?
I'm trying to hear.
Yeah. So for this particular question you want to ask, this finance question, will there be deal breakers in the area of finance, for instance?
Everybody will have to determine what a deal breaker, but I don't really think it's big enough for it to be a deal breaker. Personal opinion, because these are things that can be resolved. If I say I don't believe in joint accounts, and you say I believe in joint account, it's not a biggie. Why don't we just agree? Okay, we can have an account that is still joint. You bring a percentage of yours, I bring a percentage of mine, and everybody still has something they hold on to. I personally don't think it's big enough to be a deal breaker, but for some people it probably is. This is the time to discover that. You know, give the person the other opportunity to know what it is, what your mindsets on money are, so that everybody can make their decisions. Okay, we're engaged, but we're not yet married. Am I sure I want to go ahead with this kind of plan? So those are the kind of things these kind of questions help you achieve. Another thing will be sexual preferences. This sounds very funny, but it's a big issue.
Hi, Ms. Falari. We have to stop you there for this week.
Okay.
We don't have that much time, but I think we've been able to go over four important questions, and hopefully we can take the rest next week. But we're also going to be asking people online to ask more questions as well and tag you. How do we find you on Instagram?
Olabisi_Folarin.
Olabisi_Folarin. Please ask your questions there.
Yes,
deep questions to ask your would-be spouse later on. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so the Indomie kitchen is really taking shape right now, and guys, I'm coming to join you there very shortly.
Yomi, I don't get it. Like, yo, stay out of my space. I told you you're a vegetarian. Practice it. Yes, we're back to the Indomie Cafe live on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, if you're just joining us, you've missed, but don't worry, I'll catch you up. We have Chef Hannah and Chef Michael, and we are making Indomie. Why you should have allowed me now? I was going to. We're making Tope Szechuan spice. Yes, it's my special recipe. I just had to give it over to Indomie, and they promised to pay me a very nice amount for it. Don't mind me. Yes, so we're making Indomie Szechuan. We've made Tropicana, we've made Africana. Remember, there's still a lot to win. Indomie cartons, Indomie coupons to get nice packs of noodles from the Indomie Cafe. So you want to watch closely and you want to get as much information, because when you follow them on Instagram and follow TVC Connect and like the post and answer the right questions, you're just going to be the winner. So, Chef Hannah, what have we been up to while we were away?
Okay, we just stir-fried vegetables for it. Noodles is already ready for proper mixture together with the sauce.
Okay. And that is our special Szechuan sauce that has chicken chunks, chicken breast chunks in it.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Super colorful. So it's going to be like a jollof noodles.
Yeah, it has same color with the jollof.
Jollof, yeah.
But it tastes totally
I'm
different.
sure it tastes totally different. Tastes like we're in China. And there's a little sprinkle of atarudo for the Yoruba people, Abi.
Yeah.
Be made out of atarudo.
It's made out of atarudo.
Yeah.
Chili now.
Your own chili. Okay, yes. Okay, I can see the chicken chunks. Ah, that's nice. Okay. So while this is going on, what are we doing next? Or we're just going to let that take form?
Just allow it to just simmer a bit.
Okay, so
Then
is
we'll
this
add the
pre-cooked? The
Yes.
Szechuan sauce?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So we're just pretty much like heating it up with
Yes.
the mix. Oh, okay, okay. So this is a very random question. You might know or you might not know. Does Indomie have plans of making... You guys stop now. Now I'm being serious. Does Indomie have plans of actually selling noodles like this? Like, you know how we have the onions, we have the hungry man, we have the belly full. Is that going to be like Indomie Szechuan?
That's what you already have here.
No, like the one you get to make by yourself at home.
Yeah, I want to make the work easier for you, so that's why it just comes.
Advance. I want to make it easier for me. What if I don't want easy? What if I want to struggle? Don't. Yes, guys, so to get, now you see why you need the Indomie Cafe, because all you can make at home is your regular Indomie, your regular onions, belly full, hungry man size. But if you want to get the Szechuan, the Tropicana, the Africana, you have to call Indomie Cafe. So remember that you can follow them on Instagram at Indomie Cafe. Place your orders. You get either the big size or you get the small size, and they will deliver to you. They are available in Lekki, VI, and Surulere access, and you can get your order within 30 minutes or less. We all know that Indomie is very fast to cook, so don't even worry. The only thing you'll be concerned about, you can't be concerned about traffic because there's delivery service. All right, there's so much more happening on Wake Up Nigeria. While this is taking shape, Yomi has a whole lot of interesting stuff to discuss with us after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Wow.
Well,
What is it like?
well, I don't know what that means, but fresh new TV experience is what we have for you on offering every single day through the first and second hour. It's been really great. Now,
Yes.
Tope is really having fun in the kitchen with all that chicken.
Yeah, and guess what, guys? Yomi is a vegetarian. Emem is also a vegetarian, so the chicken is all for me.
Okay, so what's the message to our viewers at home for entering the Indomie Cafe?
Yes, now to participate, you have to follow TVC Connect on Instagram and follow Indomie Cafe on Instagram. Like their posts, watch closely what's going on in the kitchen, and answer the necessary questions. Guys, I've been trying this thing for weeks. I have not won. Please win and share with me. There's still so much more on the show, so grab your favorite drink this morning.
I don't know what
Coffee,
Emem is
tea.
doing in the kitchen though.
Emem, they will not steal your spot in this life in Jesus' name. Do not steal my chicken. If I'm not winning, let me shall be winning chicken. Emem. Emem, oh. Hi, look at that.
Look at that amazing
Look at that
plate
juicy.
of Indomie, guys.
Ooh.
I mean.
Ooh.
Chef
Amazing.
Hannah, and you guys have outdone yourself today. I mean, this looks really good. Really, 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 really good. And like Tope said, you can get more and more of this. Just, you know, follow us on Instagram at Indomie Cafe and at TVC Connect for all of the details. You find it there.
Yeah.
You definitely want to win a pack of Indomie Szechuan. You definitely want to know what that tastes like. But moving on, my name is Tope Olowoniyan.
And I'm Yomi Owope. Remember that we are online right now, so if you have to be out of your house, you can find us at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Now, join the conversations on social media. A lot of us are talking about the 100,000 naira that was given to the woman, that was requested from the woman, and a lot of reactions I'm seeing on Twitter. Please join the conversation. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Do you think it was a wise investment spending the 6 million on a car and on a plot of land? Yes. Do you think it was a wise investment?
Anyway, watch all our exciting episodes or back episodes of Wake Up Nigeria on YouTube. Short interviews, short clips, and of course what we did in the kitchen today, you can also find it there.
Yes. And on Friday is Turn Up on Wake Up Nigeria Extra, 2:30 p.m.
Exactly.
Yes, with your favorite celebrities happening 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. You get to have
way too much excitement coming from you. Way too much.
I'm happy. I'm alive. I'm corona-free.
Yeah.
You want to be like me? Use your face mask, use sanitizers, and wash your hands.
Social distancing, very important.
Very important, guys.
You know, really, really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, straight to the rest of this show, what we've got for you. What's this thing?
I'm going to pray for you.
Is it the karate chop?
So you meet Naira Marley now, you don't even know our
Naira Marley, wow.
Hey.
Really?
Wait. Like, just show me how to.
Yeah, it's like this.
Wait now.
Okay.
That's a different kind of dance. There's this other one that you do.
Yes,
You both are hilarious. Are you joking?
Oh my days. I do not know you. Our couch. Don't break it.
All right. I'm sorry. We have to take the news now, and the NCDC reported 503 new cases of COVID-19 from 20 states overnight, taking the country's total to 29,879. Among the 5 states with most new cases, Lagos recorded the highest number with 153 new infections, followed by Ondo with 76, Edo 54, FCT 41, and Enugu 37, while Kebbi, Nasarawa, Bayelsa, and Gombe recorded the least infections. So far, 12,108 people have been discharged, while 669 people have died from COVID-19 related complications. Now, the federal government has announced plans to shut down the Third Mainland Bridge for maintenance work from the 24th of July, a closure that might last for 6 months. A federal controller of works in Lagos State, Olukayode Pupola, says the decision was taken after consultations towards developing a traffic management architecture that will be efficient and effective. The 11.8-kilometer bridge, which has gone through a series of rehabilitation works, was last closed for repairs in August 2018 for 3 days of investigative maintenance checks. It is the longest of 3 bridges connecting Lagos Island to the mainland. Now, domestic flights will commence at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, and the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos today. The Port Harcourt, Owerri, and Maiduguri airports will begin operations on the 11th of July, while flights will resume in other airports across the country on July 15th. Already, aircrafts are undergoing thorough cleaning from nose to tail and disinfection. The procedure is for the safety of passengers. Passengers are advised to follow all safety guidelines and protocols put in place to ensure that the airports do not become channels for the spread of the coronavirus. The Trump administration has notified Congress and the United Nations that the United States is formally withdrawing from the World Health Organization. This move comes amid a rising number of coronavirus cases throughout the Americas in the last week alone, despite alleging that the World Health Organization enabled the Chinese government's sweeping cover-up of the coronavirus pandemic's origins. Members of GOP China Task Force urged Donald Trump last month to reconsider his decision to terminate relations with the international body, arguing that the U.S. can do more to effect change as a member. Some have warned that withdrawal in the current environment could also interfere with clinical trials for developing vaccines, as well as efforts to trace the spread of the virus globally. There are at least 2.9 million cases of coronavirus in the U.S., and at least 130,000 people have died from the virus in the country. Well, that's it. The news update for Wake Up Nigeria for today. I'm going to be handing you over to Tope right now for sports news.
Nutrition is the science that interprets the nutrients and how they help fuel our body. Now, we are joined by nutritionist Tolani Fashion, a nutritional enthusiast with many years of experience. She will be talking to us about the COVID-19 nutrition crisis, what to expect, and how to protect ourselves. Hi, Tolani. How you doing today?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you here again.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, let's delve into our conversation for this morning. It's very important with the COVID-19. A lot of people are self-medicating and have become doctors of themselves and trying to know what's good and what's not good. So can you just give us like the necessary things, things we need to focus on this period and what we should avoid for our nutrition?
Yes, thank you, Ma. You know, from our last conversation,
yes,
I explained about malnutrition, and about malnutrition being the major, malnutrition is a deficiency, and it's a major issue that affects the immune system.
Yes.
And it could be overnutrition. I explained that it could be a deficiency or excess. In fact, we're having more incidences, this issue of underlying health disorders.
Yeah.
Most of them are from excess, excess, overnutrition, maybe obesity, type 2 diabetes, chronic cardiac issues and the like. What major? Yeah, we know to not be malnourished, you should take balanced diet. That's the usual balanced diet, protein, carbohydrates, everything. Okay, but what major food nutrients can we call the building blocks of the immune system?
Yeah.
And now that is why we are talking about the immunomodulators and the interferons.
Okay.
And these immunomodulators and interferons are majorly work with proteins.
Okay.
That means what I'm trying to establish here is that proteins are number one major nutrient that form the building blocks of the immune system.
Okay.
Proteins.
Okay.
Yes. And the issue about proteins is this: virtually all the fluids in the body, all the fluids that run through the body, except for bile and urine, are majorly proteins.
Okay.
Large number of the organs of the body, they largely comprise of protein. Yes, and proteins are chief in the amino, when we talk about the white blood cells now, which are major guardmen. People ask, how can I know my immunity is strong? At times you tell them, let them go for a white blood cell count. Yes, these white blood cells are chiefly they comprise of protein. Now, what state should that protein be? Because, proteins. The problems we have now is some people take excess of it. Okay. And they labor their kidneys, they labor, some parts of their body. So, what quantity of proteins? You shouldn't take more than 15 to 20%. Your diet shouldn't be, your protein shouldn't be more than your carbs.
Okay, before, I just want to cut you shortly. Tolani, just to cut you shortly, just for benefit of clarification. Now, when you say they shouldn't take excess of protein, for the people watching at home, now, what are you specifically referring to in terms of meals? Should they not take excess of beans? Should they not take excess of chicken? What should they not take excess of in their meal?
Fantastic. The animal proteins. Now you have to get me here. Have more biological value. We call it BV, biological value, than the plant protein. But these animal proteins can weigh the kidneys down. Okay. If you take them more than 20%, perhaps you have your plate in front of you. There shouldn't be more than 20% of your intake in one sitting.
All right.
And then when you fry your proteins, you reduce the potency of the protein. We know proteins are body building. They also have a very, very strong effect on our immune system. Okay. When you fry them, you increase the fat content of the protein and you reduce its efficiency.
So this period, we should endeavor to reduce the frying and just stick to boiling.
Yes. Okay. Now let me quickly talk about these immunomodulators and interferons.
All right.
Immunomodulators, they are like chemical agents. They increase the synthesis of protein. That means it is one thing to take protein, it's another thing for your body to utilize that protein.
Okay, yes.
So these immunomodulators are like strong middlemen, and they help to, synthesize that protein so that it can have a good effect on the body. And two major powerful amino acids now, when we're talking about them, immunomodulators are arginine and glutamine. And this arginine and glutamine, you find them in some 3 specific diets.
Okay.
You find them in your fish products.
Okay.
And I'm going to mention, because it's not all fishes, I'll mention them in accordance to the level of, because, let me just give it the broad name. Omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. That's the omega-3, omega-6, that the monounsaturated and polyunsaturated acids.
Okay.
Number one food product that has them in a very, very high amount. Percentage is the salmon fish. Yes, the salmon fish.
Okay.
Fry it, you reduce the protein content.
Oh, wow.
The efficacy of protein. Salmon, mackerel, herrings. Herrings is the cheapest fish in the market. They even call it the poor man's fish. Yes. Salmon, mackerel, and 4 of them, and then maybe red snapper. The 4 of them have more omega-3 traits than most other fishes.
Most other fishes, okay.
Then, yes, apart from these fishes, the next ones are the oils.
Okay.
Some oils have more omega-3 and omega-6 than others. Number one oil that has the highest quantity of omega-3 globally is the extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, okay.
Extra virgin.
Extra. Why is it
olive
extra?
Oil. Now,
so
don't forget that.
Are you saying that the normal olive oil is not as high as extra virgin?
Yes, the normal olive oil. I mean, you can't use the one they use in churches now. The anointed olive oil and all sorts of olive oil. Yes, the extra virgin is more pure and has higher content of omega-3 than any other oil in the world.
Okay.
Apart from that oil, we have the canola oil, and then we can say maybe the soy oil. But canola, extra virgin. And then apart from that, we have the nuts.
You have the
cashew nut, the walnut, the nuts.
Okay, nuts. Yes.
The cashew nut, yes, N-U-T-S. Yes. The nuts, the cashew nut, the almond nut, the walnut, the black seeds too.
Okay.
The cashew nut, the almond nut, the walnut. Now, all of these foods have a lot of omega-3 and omega-6, which are immunomodulators, arginine and glutamine. They help to make protein as its effect on our immune system.
Okay.
And then lastly, the interferons. Let me quickly touch on that. The interferons, the bad guys, I call them bad guys because they are like killer cells. Yes. They are the killer cells in the white blood cells.
Oh, wow, okay.
The interferons, like their name, like they are called, interferons. They interfere with viral infection. They kill.
Oh, okay.
When they notice, they are strong in the antibodies. They notice that, wow, this is a strange, an antigen coming. Guy, you are strange. What are you doing here? They descend on that and they deal with them perfectly. Now, quickly, let me just talk about the food sources, foods that are rich in this interference.
We might just have to touch one factor because of time constraint, Tolani. We might just touch on one factor for now.
Okay.
Yes. So let's quickly do that.
Yes. Apple. Let me just leave it at that. Apple.
Okay,
apple is number one.
An apple a day.
The inside of the citrus, the peel and all of that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Tolani. Thank you so much. This is really highly insightful. For everybody watching, I'm sure there's so much that you have learned. Thank you so much for your time, Tolani. All right, then. I'm sure we have all learned so much. Remember to take all the necessary precautions and eat and try not to overeat the proteins, but stay in the right amounts for your health. Next up is 180 seconds. We'll be traveling to Guyana, and guess what? We hear it's one of the most beautiful places to visit in the world. Let's take a look.
Welcome back.
Social media.
So we were supposed to have Young Six, but it looks like there's some technical issues ongoing there. So while we're still trying to connect, we might as well go to social media.
Yes, Twitter.
And see what our people, what our viewers online are saying based on a topic that we brought up earlier. So let's just give you a little bit of background on it.
Rundown.
There was a fundraiser for a lady.
Let me do it.
Okay.
So this lady came online and said we should help her contribute money for her child. So everybody, nice people, nice, good, lovely Nigerians contributed. She needed 100K. Then she now got 6 million. Baby girl bought herself a ride. You see me drive by, holla at your girl, and she bought land.
Oh boy.
When I say people should please come and tell us what you think, oh. Yeah, continue.
Exactly. So based on that, people have responded online. And so we put out a tweet about an hour ago asking if you blame the woman. So people are saying, we've got I don't know if the tweets you can put up the tweets now, screen, guys. Yeah. Lord Cyril says, at Lord Cyril, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the tweet there. At Lord Cyril says, it's her choice to do what she wants with the extra cash. Okay, that's the first one. The first one is Mohammed H. Mohammed H says, boom, good decision to acquire land and bad decision to buy car. If you can't raise 100K for your baby and good folks supported you with millions of naira, how would you maintain a car soonest?
Exactly.
At last, you will sell the car to pay school fees. Business is the way out.
Yeah, and then someone else says, no, she should not be blamed. She got more than she expected at first and used the rest to secure her need.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Lekinson, at Lekinson29, that's Abayomi Ibukun. Yes, for mismanagement of funds, you must own a business before you could think of buying land and a car, in my own opinion.
Yeah. And moving on to Lord Cyril, that's Cyril Onyebuchi. He says, it's her choice to do what she wants with the extra cash. A land is not a bad idea because that will appreciate with time. But a car, I don't think that was wise, oh.
Somebody responds to Cyril, right? He said, that's one Lambert at Professor Lambert. It says, how will she move the kid around? Talk about how will she move the kid around?
How will she move the kid around before then?
Well, now that she's richer.
I don't mean to sound savage, but I would totally go for opening a business that the money would multiply. Because I don't want, what they call it, one-time wonder. How they say, one wonder.
One hit wonder.
One hit wonder. I don't want that.
Yeah.
And I did see a tweet from, I think it was Michael.
Yeah.
And Michael said, everyone has rights to his or her opinion, but some replies here will tell you why Africa has more former rich people living below $1 a day. No matter the breakthrough you've experienced, invest the money wisely. Car is the least option. Wisdom over selfishness and pride saves the future.
Yeah.
It seems that more people are leaning towards her investing in a business.
In a business as opposed to, just acquiring assets.
Before we even move on, I want you to share what you told us during the coffee gist about how the GoFundMe is a wiser platform.
Exactly, for people. So increasingly people are putting out account numbers of people who are in need and things like that, whether it's medical, whether it's something to do with education and things like that. Usually when you have platforms like GoFundMe and all these apps that track whoever gives money. So that's a cleaner way to do it. So how did you give the money and all of that? So it tracks everybody. And once it tracks everybody, what happens is once you hit your target, those who give over and above, you can reverse those monies back to their account if needed. Otherwise, what you just have is you can then just announce officially that, we've hit our target. Thank you so much to everybody who gave. We have a little bit more than we've given, but all of that has gone into their account. Yeah.
So I think we should totally adopt that system because it's a good thing. And Emem were talking about how it's actually good that Nigerians are now being our brothers' keepers, how we're actually helping each other. But now let's do it the right way so that people don't start feeling the need to stop giving because they don't like the fact that I don't have car, you have bought car.
Very true, very true. We're just trying to see if we have Young Six now joining us online. Oh, there he is.
Young Six.
Young Six.
Hey, what's up, my people? What's going on?
Good.
Birthday.
Is that a safe in the background or a microwave?
That's a microwave.
Open it, but you might be hiding some dollars there. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. I'm very fine, thank you.
Well, time is fast spent. We might not be able to have this conversation today. We just wanted your fans to see you, that you're live with us. But we probably will be rescheduling for probably later in the week if you're available for us.
Okay. I'm sorry I wasn't able to come on earlier.
Yeah,
due to circumstances beyond my control. It's like 12 a.m. in the night. So morning rather. Yeah.
We can imagine. We can imagine how it is.
To be crazy, but thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
And happy birthday to you. Are we turning up today, or is it going to be online?
Thank you.
It's going to be.
I actually have
digital.
a studio in the next. I actually have like a studio session in the next few hours. So work as usual, man. Nothing changed.
Oh wow. Oh, a very happy birthday. We wish you all the best in this new year, and we hope for more great music
coming up from you. We're going to be doing our own Step 1 challenge on the show.
So we better win. We better win.
All right, Young Six, we're going to try and hook up with you probably later on in the week. We'll reschedule a full interview with you and just find out how it's going with you and what you're up to.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. God bless you guys.
God bless
thanks,
you
man.
too.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
All right, it's time for Szechuan. It's Szechuan noodles.
I don't know.
I know
that.
Yes, so our Indomie Szechuan is ready. And wow, this looks really, really good. Thank you so much, Chef Hannah and
Chef
Michael. Thank you so much. This looks really, really, really good.
Wow,
so I was
really
asking them earlier on what the difference is between Szechuan, Indomie Szechuan, and the Indomie Tropicana. Yes, and they said it was the coconut sauce.
Yeah,
that
was
coconut
really
sauce.
Nice. That one was really nice.
Yes, the Indomie Tropicana, which we had last week on the show, was really, really nice.
Wow.
And I'm sure that this, you can have a taste, Yomi.
No, not after the show. We'll be tasting. We'll be doing our.
No, so it's.
We'll be doing our sampling.
Oh yeah, it's out of control. But thank you guys so much.
Really,
so
guys?
yes, to reach out to the Indomie Cafe, get more information, more details, you can go on to their social media platforms at Indomie Cafe and of course at TVC Connect.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us, and to all our guests who joined us today, the experts especially, and Young Six who you just waved at us.
And today's his birthday, actually.
Today's his birthday, so happy birthday to Young Six.
Yes.
And
until
so that's
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Same time.
Same station. Bye.
Bye.